I've just come here to sit and do this video. I hope you can see me alright. To talk about something that's rather strange, repeating patterns. If you have a repeating pattern that you keep attracting the same thing into your life, whether it be, well, obviously subconsciously, because whilst, yes, the universe is mental and we do attract what we want to attract, definitely, if you're putting out something, if you like, on a sub-frequency, you will keep attracting it. Now you might say to yourself, well, how can I stop this, and what is the point of this? Which is a valid point, which is what I've just been thinking about, which is why I decided to do this video. Now, I've got a pattern that has repeated. I know it repeats. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But I have got a pattern that repeats. It started 16 years ago, the first time it happened. And it's basically a situation whereby you meet someone, or you're on a nice resonance with somebody of the opposite sex, and you feel a real, this is, an energy. And I'm not talking physical necessarily. I'm just talking, you feel a real connection with this person. You feel like, oh, this is everything I ever wanted. It's a real vibe, very uplifting. And then someone comes along. I mean, it's always a female that knows them better than me. And the female always comes along, and it's quite ridiculous, really. You'll think, what a nutter when I tell you this, but it's happened so many times now, it's bizarre. Someone comes along, and this female almost kind of notices this nice vibe, thinks, I could do with a bit of that, muscles in on the act, kind of takes over my clothes, if you like, not physical clothes, but tries to emulate me, notices whatever it is about me and follows me, or does whatever I do, and pulls the other person off path. Now, in the past, when this first happened, which was about 16 years ago, I mean, I just went completely bitter. I was like, so bitter. It was like, no, why has this happened? Now, over the years, it has repeated, and each time, and I'm learning, and each time it happens, I think, okay, deal with it different. What's going on here? Why is it happening? It's obviously now a pattern. I mean, the first time it happened, I didn't even realise it was a pattern. So that doesn't help, does it, when it's not happened before, or consciously that you know about. However, I've just digressed a little bit and try not to waffle too much in this video, but I do waffle, sorry. But the point is, as a result of that initial thing that happened, I mean, I tried everything to get it out of my head. I was so bitter. I really was. I felt so bitter for about 6 months. I couldn't really think about anything else. Tried going to counselling, tried talking about it, tried doing this, tried doing that. I didn't go to counselling as such. But talking about it with your friends is counselling, isn't it? You name it, couldn't get rid of it. But then, many years later, I discovered body alignment, which is energy work, and subsequently EFT. Now, what happens is when you have something happen to you, I think probably the first time it happened was the first time it happened. Obviously, I attracted it for some reason. As a result of that, I have discovered that when something gets trapped in your cellular memory, it will attract more of the same crap. If we are at a frequency, say consciously, on the top levels we're putting out love and light, we will attract love and light. But if there's something that's got stuck in our cellular memory from trauma, emotional trauma, it will attract more of that shit. There's no doubt about that. You will be attracting that. Even if you don't want to attract it, you've got to clear it out. So if I hadn't had my original thing that happened, then I wouldn't have learnt the value of these energy modalities. Body alignment technique. Check out Life Alignment on the internet and seek out a practitioner if you've minded to, or just EFT. It works on the same thing. If you know what's doing your head in because it's stuck, the cellular memory, EFT, you can remove emotional debris, because whilst you've got that emotional debris stuck in there, it holds you down. Now, I used to look at a lot of channelings, not the Galactic Federation of Light, on lightworkers.org, and a lot of these channelings used to talk about, you need to clear emotional debris. I mean, we're taught, aren't we, to wash our bodies. Obviously, we can cleanse the bodies, we try and clean the house. But what about our emotional body? It attracts shit.
emotional debris, and it sticks with us, and it holds us down. And I hope that traffic's not putting off. It's just going by. Sorry, I just thought I'd do this while it was in my head. Emotional debris. It's like if you're trying to take off in a hot air balloon. In other words, if you're trying to raise your consciousness and you've got all this mental debris, emotional debris holding you down, you're not going to get there. It's a fact. You've got to clear it out. And we do have tools now to clear it out. That's another story, how to clear it out. That's another video. But back to this pattern, for anyone that's stuck with this video this long. So this repeated pattern happened the first time, and it's strangely happened since. And it's the fact that it's repeated with different players in the different roles. It's repeated, and I'm thinking that is really strange. So what is my lesson to learn? Well, obviously, if I hadn't had the pattern in the first place, I wouldn't have learned about emotional debris, how to clear it out. Because when you are basically kicked in the teeth, and when things are just so unfair, you've nowhere to go with it. You think, well, why has that happened to me? I didn't deserve that. Well, it's just awful. It's an awful feeling. But as I say, it's repeated a few times. Obviously a pattern. So, how am I dealing with it? Well, the first time I dealt with it was just cut it off, try and cut it out. Well, that doesn't do anything, because you might cut it out of your head, of your life, but it's in you, so that doesn't work. It's generally about, I've come down to the lessons I've learned from my particular thing, is attachment, isn't it? And self-worth. At the end of the day, and belief. The person that you kind of resonate with, that you attract, and you think, this is really nice, this is really, it's hard, because you attract someone. You might not even know them in the physical, you might not even know them in physical relationships. It might be just someone that you've met on the internet, not even on a dating site. It might be someone that you think, yes, I can tell I'm on a resonance here, it might give you a real lift. And then someone comes along and kind of sucks up your vibe. It's really weird. But my first initial reaction with it has always been to crush me. It's always been, I've depleted myself. I've always thought, oh, that person's bigger than me. I've been scared, in other words. The other person's come along. I've felt that what's going on, and I've instantly felt smaller than it, unable to deal with it. But now I just think, you know what? I've risen above it with the help of techniques, EFT. To think, okay, how does it make me feel? I just did EFT on myself at the garden centre, where I just went for a green tea because I'm on a diet. It's been a good thing. I've learned a lot from it, and ultimately I'm grateful for the opportunities that I've had to learn from it, and I know that it will keep repeating until I no longer attract it, release it, evolve from it. It's just fascinating. Anyway, I better stop waffling there, because I don't know how long I've been waffling for. What's the time? Just to think. Yeah. I hope it's not been too bad. I hope it's not been too waffly. So we do create what we want to create. But if you're attracting patterns into your life, and you know that it's a repeating pattern, or you're attracting the same kind of scenarios that make you feel the same over again, you're attracting it. You're attracting it not because you consciously want to attract it, but because you're emitting that frequency on a different level out of your bodies. Your physical body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, because at some point you've been injured and you're still resonating at that level. There are the tools to clear it. If anybody's actually interested, email me or leave comments about clearing techniques and how you can do this, because it does work. And that's the end of it, really. So if you've got to the end of this video, well done. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.